Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are ready to do a little bit of repairs, and we'll also get some pilots back here. Excellent. Pilots now. 2 more days, actually 1 more day there. Wonderful. And now we are ready to deploy, and I'd like to deploy to something fairly heavy, right? Like, honestly, maybe for this clan unit here. This is not very good pay, if I'm honest. This is a battle, not great salvage, but decent pay. Versus Lyrans. Might be a good chance to get some assault mechs. We'll see if the Lyrans live up to their reputation. This is, of course, not going to be a double priority salvage. Okay, we'll just sit straight down the middle then, given those options. Okay, and we are at our cap right now. We're going to need this additional mech bay pretty soon, but I think we're working on that as we speak. Regardless, we'll have this available soon enough. And otherwise, I think we're ready to do this. And I don't think we're going to have much of a problem. Yes, we have some underweight mechs, as to be expected. So this is just a battle in the Badlands against the Steiners. Should be interesting. Hopefully reasonably quick. We'll see how it goes. We might be up against several lances. Not as many as we were in that attack and defend, though. That was a lot, but we were able to handle it no problem. Like, with this number of units, it's not even that challenging. Having a full company or close to it, yeah, we're not going to have a problem with that. It is a little bit spooky, though, that this loading screen hasn't loaded yet. That is always a little bit terrifying. I guess we will see what exactly this is going to end up looking like. I'm expecting at least heavies that we're up against. Or at least some heavies. But we need to destroy a Lyran Lance. We believe there's a Lyran Lance operating on Bell within a region we control. All Davian operations are at risk as long as this Lance is allowed to move unimpeded. Patrol the area, find the enemy Lance, and eliminate it. This ought to be a straightforward battle, Commander. Finding a military lance in a backwater like this should be no challenge at all. Roger that, Darius. I'm expecting 3 military lances.
Command interface.
This is an awkward place to drop, and we're not going to be... Yeah, the engine signatures are bigger. And we don't really know what we're up against. Great. Yeah, these are some awkward drop locations. We could drop up here? We could theoretically drop back here. So they're going to be right up here, looking to ambush us. This might not be a bad drop place, actually. These rocks are potentially problematic. Maybe we drop in the water? We could drop in the water here and see if we can blindside them. Now, I do expect that this is one of several groups of enemies over here.
Good to go, Commander.
Okay, what do we see? We see a question mark and a question mark. That's a good sign. This guy just moved. Well, that's interesting. Is it El Duce that moves? No, it is not. Who is it? Kraken.
Ready for orders.
Okay. Let's cruise up here with the Nidhogg.
No shooting, just run.
We do see that there is an enemy Nidhogg. Okay. That's a threat, to be sure. That's an Ostrock that is stuck in a turning animation. We'll see if we can help it with that. I am going to fire rocket packs here since this is a rear arc attack.
On it.
There we go. Now it's not stuck in a turn animation. The Nidhogg moves up. Fires on our Nidhogg. That one has a Gauss rifle of some description. Okay.
Yes, Commander.
That's fine. We're going to bring up our Chameleon over here. We do have that ER medium. We're going to use it to fire on this Ostrock.
Target lock on enemy.
Okay, we missed everything. At this range, that's not too shocking.
Negative damage.
Okay, phase 21. We don't know who their other mover is. Wait, the Ostrak moved again? How exactly did he move again? Did they have an entire out of combat round before we got a single round? Maybe they did.
Ready for orders.
At any rate, we're going to move up with the archer here. I'm assuming that the Nidhogg has AMS. But this is still our best hit odds. It does indeed have AMS. And it did quite a lot there. That's okay. Huh. Some sort of artillery piece out here. Okay. The Jaeger will go ahead and move forward. I would actually prefer to reserve the Jaeger here. I don't like how many mechs are in its way currently. Let's step up with the guillotine, although I would love to get over to here for purposes of firing on the Nidhogg with the guillotine. That's a hit. Didn't expect it at 24%, but okay, we'll take that. The Chameleon is absolutely going to come up here to engage this, but it's out of range, so that's fine. It can just sit there for now. Okay, now it's the Hunchbacks' turn. Same story as the Chameleons. And the Harasser. The Harasser is absolutely going to come forward over here to engage this vehicle. It can't get there this turn. That's okay. Same with the Jaeger. The Jaeger actually can get there this turn. Hit odds are really bad, but we have plenty of vehicle flamer ammo. Yeah, I didn't expect hits there. It's completely fine.
I'm receiving you.
The Centurion. I'd like to place the Centurion here. Then we can fire on the Nidhogg in flak mode. Yeah, 44.7%. And that's a miss. Okay. That was a bad miss, too.
I missed.
I noticed. Okay. That vehicle firing on a Chameleon. Just doing a little bit of AoE damage. Honestly, that's not too bad.
Got nothing. You hear me? Receiving.
The Maxim. Gonna make its way up over here. I don't think hit odds are worth roll. Actually, hit odds on this guy are worth rolling with the Inferno rounds. Okay, 5 hits there. We'll take that. Started a lot of fires, but those will probably go out before next turn. We'll position the Jaeger here. I would love to hit that Nidhogg. We'll see if we do. We didn't, and we didn't backstab the guillotine. That's what's important. Yep, another Leopard inbound with Tortugan markings. Okay. That's fine. They're going to actually be against the Lyrans. Okay, the Ostrak positions over there.
What can I do for you?
Our Chameleon can move up to perhaps this position here. It's not the best position, but our hit odds are going to be, what, solidly mediocre? Yeah, that's pretty much what they are.
Got it.
Fire on that LRM carrier. Not going to get much there. And this must be the artillery piece. Yeah, it certain. Actually, that was the Nidhogg there. But this must be the artillery. The Nidhogg moves into here. That's fine. Phase 20. Okay. So where was this exposure at? At torso? Small laser, and I didn't see... That's unfortunate.
I'm losing weapons, Commander.
It's a second Nidhogg. Okay, we did not know that previously.
Yes, Commander.
We're going to move up to here.
On the move.
And we're going to need to start firing on these Nidhoggs. They gotta go.
Locking on target.
Okay. That's one hit. I definitely did not expect double Nidhoggs. We're going to get around behind this LRM carrier with our harasser. And the harasser is going to finish off this LRM carrier. I don't think it survives this.
Affirmative.
Kaboom.
One more for the rubbish bin.
Okay.
Standing by.
Now, our Nidhogg is going to come around over this way. Now, we can't drop bombs on their Nidhogg. They would AMS any rockets that come in from this Ostrock. We can, however, fire the Snubnose and the rockets at this Nidhogg's front arc, which it is fairly weak in. Now, it will AMS, but we got 12 damage there, I suppose.
Receiving you.
The Jaeger will step out over this way.
Move order received.
And I would love to continue firing on these guys. Yeah, hit this Nidhogg's front arc.
Engage target.
That was one good shot, and one really bad one. Now, one of the Nidhoggs have already done some of their AMSing. In fact, I think both of them have. We're going to go ahead and fire on this one.
Taking the shot.
We're not going to get much done. But 15 damage. We'll take that.
Yep.
We'll position the guillotine still in the water, right over here, where we can continue to hit this guy. Do we fire the bolt-ons at 1.5%? I don't think we do. Okay. 87 damage into that Nidhogg. It can't have much left. We need to engage it with the Hunchback. Yeah, this is, I think, about as good as we're going to get.
Confirmed. Locking on pause.
That was a good hit there.
Ready for
Okay.
orders.
The Jaeger is going to engage over here. Now, I don't think vehicle flamers can be fired at these guys, but we're going to continue pitching in our medium laser. That's another hit into that front arc. This Nidhogg is hurting. A lot. Okay, whose move is it?
Standing
The
by.
Centurion? Fine. Stay in the water here. Fire your flak. Right at this guy. Only 10%. Oof. We actually hit.
That hit something good.
I'm surprised that we hit that. I'm really surprised. Okay, we're going to move up with the Maxim here. Straight up to here. Now the question is, do we fire the Inferno rounds? And I think the answer is absolutely. That's a dead Nidhogg. Now to deal with that second one. Okay. Here comes these guys. Yeah, we're not concerned about them, honestly. This is an Apollo and something else in the same location. And a Marshal. I mean, yeah, they're kind of big, but we can deal with them.
Good to go.
Our Chameleon is absolutely going to get out of there. Like, let's just position somewhere like over here and brace. If he comes forward to attack the Chameleon, he's going to be taking some damage there. The Ostrock has moved over here.
Commander.
Ideal scenario is that their Nidhogg moves to engage the new guys. I don't expect that to happen.
On it.
Okay, 36 damage there into that Nidhogg. We'll see what he does now. Okay. Like, the Jaeger can take that.
I'm taking heavy hits, Commander.
Yeah, it is a heavy hit, but you're okay. We'll see where it decides to ace pilot to. So this is also a primary objective, huh? Okay. We'll see what they decide to do. The Apollo comes out from inside of the other mech, which was a Centurion. They also have a guillotine there. That's a heavy lance. Okay.
Orders?
That's fine. We'll position the archer right around here, I guess. Right in the water. And we'll light this guy up with Artemis. He does have that AMS, but we'll see if it's active right now. It is. Still a solid group of hits there, though.
Standing by.
Okay, our Hunchy will... Nope.
Ready.
Our Hunchy will move up into these trees. Up to here.
Got it.
And we'll light up this Nidhogg. It is weakening dramatically. That's another 50 damage.
Standing by.
Okay. Our Jaeger will move slightly forward.
Moving out.
65%. Take that. One good hit, one not good hit. As in, it didn't hit at all.
Standing by.
Our Nidhogg, however, is absolutely going to come over this direction and engage these guys.
Move.
I would like to fire on this Apollo, I feel like. Although that guillotine... Nope, definitely the Apollo. 100% the Apollo here. Everything you've got.
Engaging with target.
Okay. The Apollo's got a laser AMS. Noted. That guillotine did not fire.
Commander?
I like it. Okay. The Ostrak is probably easily dealt with by the Maxim. That said, the Maxim can take care of the Nidhogg if that's still up. Which I think it will be. Let's come around to the rear arc of the Ostrak,
Aye.
which is softened up.
Engaging target.
A little bit of internal damage there, but really not much. Okay, Marshall moves up. Does not fire. I like it.
Ready to get it on.
We're going to take the J. Edgar up over here to engage this heavy lance.
Maximum speed.
And we're going to fire on their Apollo.
Affirmative.
Okay. One rear arc hit there. Not the best, but it'll do. The guillotine is going to have to come out of this water eventually. So we're going to start heading over towards that water exit. And in the meantime, pop an ERPPC at this guy, but it did not hit. Okay.
Waiting for orders.
So our Centurion is going to step up here
Received.
and fire a flak at the Nidhogg.
Aye.
Let's go.
That is a hit. And that Nidhogg is incredibly close to dead. We're going to come in over to here, which is side arc on the Nidhogg. And we're going to fire on him. This is... Oh, this is his strong side. I thought this was his weak side. Whatever. Close enough.
Firing all weapons.
Structure exposure
Critical.
and pilot ejection. That's what we're looking for. Okay. Our turn.
Standing by.
It's the Chameleon's turn. When does our Nidhogg move? Phase 20. Okay. I want to move in here. I don't necessarily want to aggro these guys.
Taking the shot.
The zoom in for 7 damage. Okay. We'll see what the Ostrak does. This will certainly be interesting. Okay, just kind of disengaging. That was painful. A pair of X-Pulses. Okay. The Maxim is definitely low on armor in that flank. Let's move up and engage this.
Roger.
I would love to continue to hit that Apollo. That's definitely our best hit odds. Let's not fire this medium laser aggro.
Confirmed.
25 damage. Not really what we're looking for there. But our archer is going to have to disengage over here, or rather get out of the water. And we can fire on the Ostrak. That's only 1.5%. We've got laser AMS on the Apollo, but this is still better odds.
Engaging.
They're not great, but they are better. And we did do some damage there.
Commander?
Okay, this Chameleon has rear arc here. It is obstructed LOS any way we slice it, but we can come up to here and see about popping this guy's rear arc.
Targeting enemy 6.
Not great, but it'll do.
Here.
The Centurion can come up as well. We could, in theory, drop flak on these guys. I'm worried about hitting the Nidhogg, but maybe that's not the most concerning. 12.1. Okay, we'll fire on the Ostrak then, in indirect mode. Yeah, I'm not surprised that we missed.
No love on that strike.
That's fine.
Ready for orders.
Okay, our Nidhogg is absolutely going to come in behind these guys, into their rear arc, and I'd love to hit this Guillotine. But I want to check how much rear armor these guys have. Yeah, the Guillotine is actually fine to hit here.
Locked on. Rear armor.
Okay. There was some AMS attempt happening there. That's okay. We're going to move up to here with the Harasser, and we're going to continue to hit this Guillotine's rear arc, which is now substantially weakened.
Take this.
Nice. And 57 heat added in is nice as well. Although it sunk that heat pretty well, in all honesty. Our Jaeger's going to need to get out of this water,
Roger that.
which we can't currently do. But we will in a moment. Okay. It is the Guillotine that moves right now. Does not fire.
Yep.
Fascinating. We're going to sprint our Guillotine over here. We're going to fire on this Ostrak.
Here we
That's a
go.
hit. Boom. CT?
How did
That was a really nice shot right there. Yeah, that was CT. Okay, the Maxim lives, which is a little bit shocking considering their focus on it. But that's okay.
Good to go.
The Jaeger is now going to need some evasive pips for sure. We're going to come in behind the Marshal.
Problem. On my way.
I don't like splitting the damage, but the evasive pips are better.
The enemy.
Okay. I also wouldn't mind pulling the heat off of our Maxim. Ooh. Rip Maxim. Well, that makes things a little more complicated. They really focused on it hard. I don't blame them for that, but I was hoping to be able to move it. But alas, that was not a thing. Now, the Marshal is here. The Apollo is here with the Centurion there. We could theoretically come in over here and hit the Apollo rear arc. And I really like that idea.
Aye, aye.
Nice.
I'm out of SRMs.
And we got a little bit of damage in on the Centurion as well in that rear arc, which is always good. If only the Maxim was still alive, but alas, it is not. Now the Chameleon could come in here and engage the Centurion. Alternatively, we could have the Chameleon come down here and engage the Ostrak, but I don't think that would be smart. I think we're going to come up here,
Moving to position.
and we're going to Vigilance and fire on this Centurion. Yeah, this is going to be a slight overheat, but that's okay.
I'm taking heat damage.
Excellent. Now, the Jaeger is going to come up over here and ideally finish off that Ostrak.
Roger.
Nope, 2 misses. Okay. That's fine. Well, let's see what he decides to do here. He does move. Disengages further.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, we'll send the Chameleon after him. We'll just sprint up to here, and then we'll jump up there next turn. If we can.
Got
Okay,
something you
our
want
J.
done?
Edgar is 100% going to come over here behind the Apollo now.
Moving to position.
And we're going to look to hit this guy in his weak rear arc.
All weapons are go.
Some internal damage there. That was mostly absorbed by his remaining armor, but he does not have much left.
Yeah?
Our guillotine steps up to here, and we'll continue to fire on the Ostrock. He's in mineral field, so we don't expect too much at this range. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm here.
The archer will come up as well,
On my way.
and I suspect 15.1. Yep, Ostrock it is. A side arc, which isn't ideal, but we'll have to do. The Apollo moves over. Attempts to fire on the Nidhogg does very, very little there.
Waiting for orders.
Okay. The Centurion will move over. Do we want to launch an indirect attack over here? I don't think we do. I think we're better off attacking this guy. We have to fire indirect.
10-4.
A little bit of damage there, I guess. Marshall moving through fire. Fires on the J. Edgar. Gets a couple of hits in there. But the J. Edgar is fine for now. Okay.
Ready for orders.
Our Hunchy can work on engaging over here.
Roger.
We want to vigilance the Hunchy as well. Okay. And then we probably want to fire on the Centurion here. Actually, we only have eyes on the Centurion. So yeah, this is fine.
Firing.
Structure exposure on the Centurion. That's not bad. And that leg. Okay. Guillotine moves up. Fires on the J. Edgar. Misses most things.
Okay, that hurt.
We'll happily take that. Who moves next?
I'm here.
That is the Harasser. The Harasser's goal is to move around behind the Apollo right now, which is pretty much over here, but that's apparently not in LOS. That's very awkward. How is that not LOS? Like, seriously, how is this not in LOS? I'm going to assume this actually is in LOS and that there's a bug.
Roger.
No, apparently this is not in LOS. Maybe because it's standing in exactly the same spot as the Nidhogg? Maybe. I guess we just won't fire. I have to assume it's because of our VTOL. And that, right there, is where I'm very glad that we vigilanced the Hunchy.
Let's hit him hard.
Okay.
Receiving you.
Time to get in here. I want to get in behind this Centurion, if we can. Rear arc, we can't quite get to. We can get to double side arcs, though. Okay, we'll take this, and I think we will not fire the ER medium. Everything else is good to go.
Heading out. Engaging.
Good, got the leg destroyed. That'll be a knockdown.
Critical hit, Commander.
An engine crit there.
Scored.
Fascinating. Okay.
Good to go.
Next up, the Chameleon, which is going to continue chasing down the Ostrock.
Moving fast.
We'll move up there, and we'll just pot shot.
Firing on target.
We expected very little. Now, we may end up having that torso blown off, right? That's okay. There's only a medium laser over there. So that's fine. We'll see what he does. On the Hunchy. Okay, the Hunchy was vigilanced. That's fine.
Damage minimal.
They can do that.
I'm here.
Next up, the Nidhogg. Now, we're pretty close quarters here, all things considered. I kind of want to move out behind this Marshal. Unfortunately, we can't get there. We're out of rocket packs. So I guess we're going to move behind the Apollo.
Going full throttle.
and drop bombs there, it will hit the Harasser's front armor, but the Harasser should be capable of absorbing that.
Target locked on enemy 6. Report. My flamer is empty.
Okay, that's a knockdown on the Apollo.
Armor left and right here.
Report.
And he ejected. Okay. I think that was worth the armor loss on our Jaeger and our Harasser.
What do you need?
The guillotine is going to continue to move out over this way and put fire into that Ostrak. That's a hit. And an ejection. I did not expect an ejection from that hit. Okay. Well, we will move our archer up this direction. And I thought that Centurion was knocked down. It should have been. It had a leg destruction. But you know what? Whatever. We'll just fire our last round of Artemis missiles at it. Maybe take out that torso.
I'm out of LRMs.
Okay. Is he knocked down? I think he is knocked down, actually. And we'll step up to this location here. Yeah, he just doesn't look knocked down, but he actually is. Fascinating. We'll not fire this medium laser aggro to not overheat.
Attacking from position.
That was some bad shooting, but it doesn't matter because the pilot panicked and ejected.
Commander.
Okay, our Centurion can step up over here,
Order acknowledged.
and I think we drop a sniper artillery on that Marshal. We actually hit.
Standing by.
I'm pretty surprised that we hit that one. Now we could backstab the guillotine here. Or we could go engage the Marshal with the Harasser, and I think that is the better course of action.
All right.
So we'll get up over there,
Target.
and we'll heat this guy right on up. Okay, we'll only hit with one flamer with an 88% chance. That is lucky that the Jaeger lived there.
Internal structure damage. The bad
However, that Marshal is overheating, and that is exactly what we're looking for. Now, our Jaeger is not very useful without an LOS. We'll try to get one, but we're nowhere near it. The Jaeger will now come up here and join the Harasser
moving to position.
in overheating the Marshal. Only one flamer hit there, but that's good enough. Now, the guillotine is going to do something.
Watch my six.
Backstab the Chameleon, but not really do much. It actually killed itself there. That guillotine is toast.
Good to go.
Our Chameleon can just walk over here, straight behind it. Kick it in the rear arc. Okay, we missed that. That wasn't a great roll.
Damn it.
Even so, that guillotine, super dunzo.
Solid
We
connection.
destroyed the gyro on it, so that is great.
Yes, Commander.
The Jaeger, not going to be useful ever
Double time. Let's go.
in this environment. I mean, we just don't have an LOS. Same with the guillotine.
Copy that.
Our heavies aren't really able to get up there right now, but that's okay. The Chameleon will whip on around over this way
On my
and
way.
see if it can put some damage into this guillotine's weakened side arc.
Affirmative.
It can! I'm actually shocked. That was actually a knockdown. The knockdown might have saved him. Yeah, I think the knockdown saved him, unless we get good rolls with the Hunchback. Now, we have only Deadfire LRMs left with the Archer, and the Archer's not going to make it up the hill for a while.
Standing by.
However, the Hunchy will just turn around from this position, kick this guy, and I don't care about this overheat. Hit him with everything you've got. Yeah, that wasn't particularly great. The knockdown saved him, actually. Surprisingly. Okay. Our Nidhogg is also going to come over here and hit this guillotine. It's also going to act as a bit of a distraction.
Engaging with target.
Okay. A distraction for the Marshal, which still decided to fire on the Chameleon. Although the Chameleon was braced from the melee attack, so that's not a concern. And he just overheated himself even further.
Yes, Commander.
The Harasser is going to move straight through this fire. And I don't mind that. The Harasser is basically full armor.
Fire an owl weapon.
That's a big overheat.
My flamer is empty.
He is now shut down. Now I do mind the J. Edgar moving through there. We could get here. That is technically flames on the way. We could get here into rear arc without being flames on the way. Excellent. Now keep in mind, yes, you can do advanced waypoints for mechs, not for vehicles or VTOLs. So it doesn't actually have an effect here. Torso destruction for the Marshal. That's a lot of heat sinks down. Excellent. He's probably never going to power up again, in all honesty.
I'm there.
Do we want to risk firing on the Marshal with the indirect fire? It may kill the J. Edgar, but if it does, that's not a big deal.
All right.
Okay, that worked. Is that a knockdown? It is. I don't particularly like the knockdown. But okay, the guillotine gets up. And what does it do? Interesting choice. It can't do anything to the Nidhogg, so that's pointless.
Waiting for
Excellent. Our Chameleon will come on over here into this side arc. Light him right on up.
orders. Tell me what to shoot.
37 damage, we'll take it.
Waiting for orders.
The Chameleon will come into the rear arc of the guillotine. Finish him off. I don't care about this overheat.
Putting my weight into
That was all armor there, but that's still an ejection, so that's good. Okay.
mech destroyed.
So now we will need to just finish off this Marshal. Who moves?
Yeah.
Our guillotine. Where does it go? It actually does have LOS here on that Marshal. Go for head hits, I guess. Nice shot straight through the legs of our Chameleon. Okay, so we lost a small laser. All things considered, we've lost worse things. That's really not too bad. What do we get for pay? In terms of net pay. 1.6? Yeah, that was profitable. Now, salvage we're not going to get too much out of, even though there was some good salvage there. I wouldn't mind grabbing that guillotine part, just to have on hand. Maybe re-roll, or rather roulette the Ostrock parts. ER small laser blaze fire. Has a 20% jam chance. Optimal 150, max 300. That's an interesting weapon that I think I'm going to take. There are those medium X pulse lasers. I wouldn't mind those, or those MMLs. There's actually a lot here. Ooh, 3 double heat sinks. Tempting, but we do have 4 in stock. Let's just see what we get from the roulette. There's a lot of good options here. We did get 3 Marshal parts. That's not great. We'll keep the Gauss Rifle M9. Integrated Laser AMS. Ah, that is armor. Interesting. C3 unit, we'll keep that. Ferrofibrous armor, we do have 4 of those. We'll get rid of those. An advanced jammer sensor. We'll keep that around for sure. Okay. So we're going to need to replace the small laser on the Chameleon, and that ER small laser blaze fire may be a good option for that. Is that the one that has the ER medium laser? Because the other one is much more heat effective. We'll take a look at that. We did lose the Maxim, but that won't be very difficult to replace. Like, that'll just be 20,000, 30,000 C-bills tops. So, that won't be too bad. It would have been quicker to clean that up with it, but it was okay. I would rather, like, I don't have regrets about that. I would rather have that Nidhogg guaranteed destroyed and lose the Maxim than have that Nidhogg have another round. 65, 810, sure, that's fine. And both Chameleons, but we want the Chameleon that is in for longer. So let's go into here, and let's grab... I don't know which Chameleon it is. They're both 4Bs. It's this one. We can see the damage. So we need to stop work here. Yeah, that's where most of that went. And we need to refit this. So let's look at what this heat level is. This is not the one with the ER medium laser. Okay, we'll go ahead and hit the repair button, and then we will give it a long... No, I'm kidding. What we will do is we will give it that ER small laser blaze fire. It does have a jam chance. That's okay. Now we have 3 tons remaining here. Oh, right, armor. What am I thinking? I was thinking we can add more weapons, but I was like, no, wait. We haven't put armor on. That would help. So this does lower the heat efficiency. There's no doubt about that. We could think about upgrading this to double heat sinks. We do have a double heatsink kit. That would mean that we could drop this heatsink and upgrade perhaps one of these small lasers to the other ER small laser. Where was that? ER small laser blaze fire, like that. And then still have enough to put in like a medium pulse laser. That would be 2 tons for the clan one. We could put in an ER medium laser, perhaps over here, like that. And we're still heat efficient, and we still have half a ton to work with. Interesting. We could upgrade this ER small laser just to a regular medium laser or an ER medium laser. An ER would give us some heat issues. Let's maybe do a diverse optics. Yeah, that would actually be completely fine with heat efficiency. I like it. That's a solid upgrade. Let's do it. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.